Well. As you see, is in the morning side of things, as you already know, the six-man convo and Mad Mike NFL doing the damn thing this
Yeah.
morning. Like I said, man, got a good conversation coming for y'all this evening, right before you get on your lunch breaks and all that stuff. You know how we do. It's your boy K Styles, aka the Six Man. And on the screen left, you know him as Mad Mike Sports, aka the Senator.
Rise, young Skywalker.
Rise to your graves. Doom, doo, 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 doom, 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 doo, 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 doo. For my Golden Axe fans back in the day, you would know that theme song from a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, so as you already know, man, we got Thanksgiving coming up tomorrow, so we will not. So the convo has been pushed to today, combining with this show. Like I said, we give a shout out to the people that's in here right now as we speak. We got 25 in here watching. We got Pat Noyes. Got my boy Lee in the building, and got my boy Leo in the building in the chat right now.
Yeah.
So if you're new to any of the channels, you make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit all the notifications, and we're going to do the damn thing the right way. So, Terry Lloyd, what's going on, man? Maurice, what's happening? And the only reason why you see me early this morning because I'm off today. So 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
If I would have been on the show with Mike, you'd have hear a bunch of forklifts and a bunch of horns going off right now. G Trey, what's happening? So, hey man, Mike, man, what we got in store for this morning, man?
Well, good God Almighty. Somebody's actually calling me. Y'all won't even believe who calling me right here. It's my old buddy LaDonna, who's in Texas right now.
No.
I'm actually texting her right now. She's been doing her coaching thing. She's a coach.
Oh yeah. I mean that shouldn't surprise anybody that's an OG to this channel. LaDonna is the OG of both of us.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So man, Mike, what's going on, man? How we doing, man?
Man, this has been an interesting thing. So the conversation, because we like conversation. We like conversation, and we've been accused again, K Styles of
what the hell have we been accused of this time? God damn, bro. Okay.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I'm about to say, can I go one season without being accused of something?
It's incredible, man. It's fun though.
I swear these motherfuckers got some low self-esteem issues or something. Lord,
it's fun, man. It's fun. And you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen the comment. If you haven't, this is why we having the show. I mean, it's one of many reasons why we having the show. But this is the topic of the show, and so someone didn't like the fact that we, and I find this funny.
So you telling me we're going to have to break down somebody's comment again?
Yes. So let me pull up the comment. All right. So
okay, okay. So give me the backstory of what we dealing with here.
The conversation was due to the fact that we I don't even like I hate even talking about this because I just find it stupid because the video in itself was um based on Michael Penix. Obviously Raheem Morris as well as Zach Robinson. And the conversation was, well, he basically told me to stop spreading lies.
Is this another goddamn Raheem coming at us again? Okay, so he basically telling you to shut up, right? So this,
Yeah, told me to shut up because he didn't like
who is
how
this
people
that's
talk about
saying this? This is Samuel Davis.
Yeah.
So this is another one of these niggas telling you to shut up. Okay,
Yeah, tell me to shut
okay.
up.
Where haven't we heard this shit before?
Mm-hmm.
Been hearing this shit for 4-5 years now. All right, so go ahead, read the comment, Mike. We gonna go ahead and break this down on what's going on.
So again, this is based on the video that I made, and I thought it was obviously clear. I thought it was clear about what we stated, but the comment says basically, do I have any evidence that they're quote unquote sabotaging?
So
And
this is
that's just
so this is the sabotage conversation.
Yeah, I didn't post. We haven't posted any evidence. And he stated, "Where's the evidence? You didn't give us any information," which is funny because I could have sworn that we've been having how many post game shows have we had all year, guys?
Okay, so this is going to be going into our 11th game. So yeah, it's been so far we've had 11 post game shows.
11 post game shows. So in 11 post game shows and 11 halftime shows, we haven't shown any evidence. Do y'all agree with that? If you agree with that, if you disagree with it, look, throw some ones if you agree with it, throw some twos if you don't agree with that. We haven't submitted any type of evidence. So and he says you didn't give us any information. You just did a lot of cursing and a lot of hollering, and you can't speak for all the fans.
Hold on. Okay, so let's stop right there. Okay, so it says, where is the evidence?
Mm-hmm.
They give us any information. There's a contradiction in that right now. There's a contradiction already at that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the information that was brought upon is the same information everybody's been fucking speaking of, ironically, the last 3 or 4 weeks.
And not just Mike.
And not just Mike. But there's a lot of people in this space that have been speaking of that same evidence of quote sabotage and inconsistencies. So he's already told a lot. Well, like you said, this is Samuel Davis. I haven't seen him on none of the post game shows. I've never seen him on any of the shows. So it's already in bad faith. Okay, so let's keep going. Said you did a lot of cursing and hollering, and you can't speak for all of us fans. That's very interesting because a lot of fans are really speaking of the same tone that we're doing right
now. That's funny in itself. The thing is, I don't have to speak for the fans. That's why it's called Mad Mike Sports. It's called Mad Mike Sports and not Atlanta Falcons fans of all creeds, races, ethnic backgrounds, anything.
So hold on. So let's say you say you can't speak for all the fans. That's where he already fucked up at.
Yeah. And T. Lewis that too. T. Lewis said, and that's we actually I submitted a video on the originators of 680. The fans saying to themselves like there was malpractice and they don't believe that there's a relationship between Zach Robinson, and Michael Penix. They said
Mm,
it themselves.
mm. So we've already established the fact that this is Rahimothy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So he's already established that he is a Rahimothy, and let's keep going. Are they going to run 13 personnel when Drake London comes back? I'm not in love with Raheem Morris.
I never act like that for.
See. This is where he fucked up at, because he
Mm-hmm.
contradicted himself already. And we just halfway through the goddamn comment.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Tactician, bring your ass in here if you ain't got time, all right?
Lord.
What?
See. This is what LT always talk about. You destroy your point at the same time while making it.
Yeah, he talk. Look, you talk too much. You never shut up. You never shut up. This is talking too much. When you put too many, the statement was again that there has been sabotage. But you see,
And like I said, and these are talking points that's coming from your favorite publications, which is 92.9 The Game,
mm-hmm,
680.
mm-hmm,
You got the AJC. You got Blog and Dirty. That's already came with these talking points. Ironically, right after we done already pointed the shit out literally a month ago. So
mm-hmm.
we're gonna leave that. So when he said you can't speak for all the fans, well, majority of the fans is thinking the same thing.
Yes.
So my question to Mr. Samuel Davis is are you going around saying this to everybody that's already talking this talking point?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you specifically coming at us? Or are you coming at you in particular?
Mm-hmm.
Because because one thing I've noticed a lot of times is when it comes to these conversations where a lot of these criticisms that we may have of such and such players, I notice these guys never go at anybody else because, like you said, we watch everybody's channel in this space. And I've
Mm-hmm.
never seen him do this to anybody else, but he decided to use you.
Yep.
That's
Joker,
very interesting to me.
Joker here.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. It seems that we have Sammy Davis Simpleton on the screen. All right, boys and girls, get your pens and pads out. We're gonna have a words mean something segment. This gentleman kindly just said that we don't speak for the fans. No, we don't speak for the fans because we speak for ourselves. The fans just happen to listen and reverberate what we said. Okay? I have a real big problem with one specific part. It's where it's halfway through where he says, "I'm not in love with Raheem Morris."
And that's the part right
Yep.
there in itself
Yeah.
where I'm looking at like, so what
Okay.
was the point? So what was the point of all this?
Okay, now
You
he's
told me
gonna
to
tell
submit
you.
evidence. That's the crazy
And
part. And then
he,
you combine that with I'm not in love with Raheem. I
and
never asked you if you was right. I said you were in the video. I stated that you were a Rahimist.
yes, he is. But here's why he tells you that. He said, "I'm not in love with Raheem Morris." But you can't tell me that Michael Penix has no say in how the offense is run. He doesn't, because he's
Mm-hmm.
a rookie quarterback and you have a rookie play caller with a head coach. Here's where you get that wrong, Captain Goofball. Quarterbacks don't coach themselves. I want y'all to pay very close attention to what he said. He said, but you can't tell me that Michael Penix has no say in how the offense is run. Yes, he does. He can only tell the head coach what he likes. The coach
Mm-hmm.
has the final say in how it's run.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get it wrong. And then he turns around and tries to flip it and said, if you were a lawyer, I would fire you. First of all, you probably don't have enough money for counsel. Second of all, there's not an attorney that's going to take this case and defend you with it. They would get disbarred. And then he doubles back and says, I know you want Raheem Morris fired, but the truth be told, unless you're in the building, you don't know Jack. Well,
actually,
again,
I do have information.
We'll see, and here's proof, because there's sources that are letting stuff out now about who's responsible for this debacle.
Yes, and I got, and we told you back in September, I got hold of information from a very credible source.
Right.
That I will not.
So it's funny how you know who we talk to. It's funny how.
Oh, by the way, we got two. Excuse me, one. We got two. I actually got, and a person that he's affiliated with us. He got a hold of some information on top of that. So, Mr. Samuel, sir, yeah, we actually do talk to people that are actually in the building and have been in the building and have been a major part of the organization in itself. So we do have hold of certain information.
Well, and see, we're not calling him Samuel. He is Sammy Davis Simpleton. That we're not doing that, because first of all, I looked at the first line of this paragraph and he talking about, where's the evidence? You didn't give us any information. No, you just didn't pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say you just did a lot of cursing and hollering. That's the only thing you paid attention to.
What? God dang it, Wondre.
And then now I'm going to do my Johnny Cochran impression. Then the fourth line says you can't speak for all of the fans, which we were wrong at that. And then he tries to sound smart and says, are they going to run 13 personnel when Drake London comes back? First of all, we don't know when Drake London's coming back. Second of all, you can run 13 personnel with Drake London because he's a capable wide receiver. He's not limited to just 13 personnel. They ran 13 personnel to make Kirk Cousins look good. If you know football, then you would notice. And, hey, happy Thanksgiving to you too, man. Tremaine Freeman, appreciate you.
Yes, my brother.
But they don't pay attention. Just, when he comes back, you can run 13 personnel with Drake London. You would only thing you're doing is you just have an extra tight end on the field. And one of them could be, because you got to think, either one or two of them are going to block. The other one's going to be a decoy. So most likely Drake would probably go out on a route where he'll get coverage taken off of him and get the ball. So yeah, you can run 13 personnel. It's not uncommon. It's just the fact that you're trying to prove Mad Mike wrong by rambling. I mean, some of y'all just want to know what talk sounds like. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The biggest question that comes down is when he said, well, they can run 13. Will they run 13 is the question.
That's the fucking evidence right there. You just gave me this. You gave me a goddamn ham sandwich, a whole croissant, and a goddamn a whole big bowl of goddamn cereal. And I like my cereal with I actually like Raisin Bran. We talk about you gave us all of that on a silver fucking platter with that statement alone right there. Will they run it with Kirk? That right there is the fucking evidence, moron.
Yeah. He didn't say they will. He said they can.
Mm-hmm.
Can is a probability. Like I said, can is a probability. It's not a solidified thing.
Well, and this is who I'm referring to. Certain people in our group got a hold of certain information. So shout out to LaTravis Griffin, aka LT. Y'all see his videos on the channel each week. But he got a hold of some information, and like I said, we definitely get the information.
See, y'all are mad. Y'all are mad because we're in the circle. Y'all are looking at the circle. That's the difference. But are they going to run 13 personnel when Drake London comes back? Possibly. But the thing is, at this point in time right now, number one, we don't know when Drake is going to come back. Number two, they can run 13 personnel with or without him. It's not a stretch. It's not a stretch. The fact is, are you going to pay attention when they do it?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if they're going to do it. Are you going to pay attention when they do it? Because apparently they did it in his past game. So, I mean, if you're going to troll, at least be consistent on your thought process.
Like I said, this name, I've maybe seen this name maybe twice in the last 3 years on anybody's channel.
But you
Let's
notice,
just keep it real.
But you notice, it's amazing how they come out and they try to trash Mike on a game that we won, but you never see them come out on the games that we lost when their god Raheem T. Jones decides not to coach. It's only when we win and now it's some shred of light that he may be stuck here for the next however, then y'all come out. Y'all want to pull your skirts up when Raheem kind of do a little bit. You know what? You are an official glazed ankleite.
because just by reading this paragraph here, like I said, my take on it is fuck you, Mike, and fuck everybody else that's involved with you. That's pretty much what all this say. Because he is what we call the typical Rahimothy. This is the Atlanta Rahimothies. This is him.
Can you explain?
Like I said before, Mr. Samuel Davis. I think the last time I see him involved with any channels involved on this side was maybe about a couple years ago.
Oh, and Tremaine, what you want to know what a glazed ankleite is? A glazed ankleite is just what he said, just like Kev said. He basically wants people to bend over so he can fuck them, and that's what it is. He likes touching them toes. I'm sorry.
Touch your toes. Touch your toes.
See, pretty much he wants to be the Thanksgiving turkey stuffed, but that ain't none of my business.
So for everybody that's looking at this and just reading it, for me, I'm kind of a keep it simple, stupid type person. Even though these motherfuckers always be trying to tell me that I act like I'm the smartest guy in the room. I didn't know common sense made you smart, but whatever. But like you said, just by reading this in itself, it just basically just told Mike, shut up, shut the fuck up.
Don't talk about my man like that.
Yeah, right.
Hold on. Don't mess with my man. I'm gonna give this shit to you.
No. What's that? What's that 808 song? Hey, don't you violate me. From the front and the back.
So it's very interesting that he says you can't speak for all the fans, but he's telling you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's funny.
That is very, very, very like that right there. That line right there already is.
But you know what?
Let me run this down right quick. It's I'm just about to show y'all. All right, so there's quite a few people that I actually follow. Okay, and these people have all used those exact same words. These exact same words that I've used. Sabotage. Man, I'm just gonna name a few that I subscribe to. For my ATL Sports, I've seen him say the same thing. 680 the Fan, 81 Sports, aka Chris, Falcon Pandemic. I've heard Dustin say this shit, aka Mr. Big Low. Sorry about that. I use his government name, but he'll get over it. Everybody know his name. Everybody know it ain't a fucking secret. I've seen Atlanta, obviously Atlanta Falcons Nation. I've seen Locked On Sports. I've seen the Falcoholic. I can just keep going on and on. And Smitty,
But wait,
I've heard everybody say, "All right, why the hell are we doing these types of things?" Brian Finneran, I played the video Monday. He
Mike,
said, "Why aren't we?" You believe? He said, "Do you believe a 26-year-old athlete playing quarterback can't hand the ball off and run play action? You really believe that?" This is a guy that played football himself, and he has these questions. So,
but Mike, remember now, I said it week 3. I said it week 3. Sabotage. I said it week 3 because that game looked awfully doctored.
mm-hmm.
It looked awfully doctored.
So basically, when you hear the sabotage talking point, all that predicates to what was been saying since week 3.
Yeah.
So they basically took his talking point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because nobody was saying it. Nobody was saying it until I said it after week 3. And here's something else. Here's the question. It's not Mike don't speak for the fans. Are you speaking for the fans is the question.
There you go.
Now, it ain't about us, because if you're saying Mike don't speak for the fans, apparently you must be sticking up for everybody else. And I didn't know everybody appointed you as the representative of the entire fan base.
Well,
but
I have it on good authority that we've been a lot of people, even in this chat right now, they said we rock with y'all because y'all say what we're thinking half the time. So, Mr. Samuel, we actually do speak for the fans. Okay, maybe not you, but we do speak for the fans.
Sounds like Mr. Samuel's part of the 80%. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
it sounds like he's part of the canker sore community. That's what it sounds like.
What the fuck is that one?
Yeah. I.e. a cold sore. He's part of the canker sore community. It's probably about 80 y'all motherfuckers that's stashed in a room with "I hate Mad Mike" posters all on the wall. And y'all like them collection agents. Anytime they can't get you to pick up the phone, they pass it to the nigga on the left.
So basically what you're saying, Juan, is this is a representation of the fuck Mad Mike. The fuck Mad Mike sports.
Yeah. They got autographed hats. Right now they got the autographed Christmas sweaters. They sitting in a room on their computers back to back talking about, well, Mad Mike didn't respond to this. Well, say this about it. Yeah. A bunch of collection agents.
We see, like I said, we've dealt with the fuck Mad Mike brigade all year so far. So basically, what you said, this is another one. This is another one of those that just came out just to say fuck you, Mad Mike.
He the next one up in the queue. That's all it is. He the next one up in the rotation.
That sounds right. Sounds right.
Yeah, he trying to get his a year in commission, so he the next one up in the queue. Maybe you can get Mad Mike to jump off a cliff.
So you said he was sent by the 80% to be the next one?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, he don't want Mad Mike to have a good Christmas, so he get him to jump off a cliff and maybe he'll stop talking.
I find it hilarious how some are playing blind like there's no evidence when the quarterback alignment for the Falcons offensive chart exposed coaching malpractice clear as day.
I mean, literally.
Drew Brees said it during the publication. The entire game, he said Michael Penix lines up 90% of the time. Okay, I'm talking about 90 plus percentage, and then you see a game against the New Orleans Saints, and we're running 13 personnel in max.
Single
back.
No, single back. That's the thing. Single back.
Yeah, and if you go back and look at the way they played, as wonky as that game was, that game plan was surgically done to highlight Kirk Cousins. And here's the second thing that you should pay attention to. Kirk Cousins never scrambles outside of the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
If you look, he didn't even scramble outside of the pocket in that 509 game. He stayed in that pocket 95% of the time. He may have stepped back or maybe moved to the left or to the right, maybe once or twice. That man did a whole Lamar Jackson impression, to include shouldering the dude into the Saints crowd. Now, ain't nowhere in the world you gonna tell me that's by coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
And then come back on the thing, talk about, well, I just gotta show him how to be tough. No.
So basically that was a shot at Michael Penix then.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Like as broke down as I am, you should be able to run outside the pocket.
So basically Kirk Cousins called Michael Penix a bitch.
Pretty much.
Hey, Mike, go ahead and get those super chats right quick, man.
All right, we got T. Lloyd right here. He said, "It's let's be real. Even with 13 personnel, Kirk Cousins did not look good, but Raheem act like he was the second coming of Tom Brady." And that, oh boy, my goodness gracious! Did we say exactly that, T. Lloyd? You been fucking watching us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we said the same thing. That's why when we heard the press conference, I kid you not, T, boy, we said the exact same thing. The way Raheem was gushing all over that man, and then we got OG Sam. He said him downstairs showing him
right.
Some bear.
So let me ask you this question. So let me ask y'all this question. So is the parameter of how good a quarterback is for a lot of these folks is solely based on if they beat the Saints?
No, that's what I want to know, because my thing is too, on top of that, what type of evidence do you need to determine whether or not if there's not enough evidence to suggest a guy is good or bad? Like what does it cost?
Yeah, I can tell you it's simpler than you might think. It's simpler than it ain't got nothing to do with QB IQ.
I want to hear it, because the thing is, they keep telling me there's no evidence, but what evidence do you need for it to be legitimate?
Because y'all, a lot of them base good traits off of a quarterback based on how many highlights they can put up.
I'm starting to think what Kev just said about the Saints. I think that is the barometer, because
because it's interesting to me that literally right before this game, the majority of these motherfuckers out here was so apprehensive about everybody, Raheem, Kurt, and all this shit. But we whooped the Saints' ass, and now all of a sudden Raheem Morris is the greatest coach in Falcons history, and Kirk Cousins is the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Because of why? Because why? Because the Atlanta Falcons gave y'all some highlight reels. How long have we been waiting this season to see a touchdown pass? How long? How long now? We're 11 games in, right? How long have we been waiting? We've been waiting for Michael Penix to throw a touchdown pass like Kirk Cousins all season long. They want highlight reels. It goes back to my old saying. Y'all want bragging rights and highlights. Kirk Cousins threw 2 touchdown passes. That's a highlight.
So essentially right now, Michael Penix is getting the same Matt Ryan treatment.
Desmond Ritter.
Yes,
the
because
Desmond Ritter, Matt Ryan treatment now.
He's not putting up enough highlights for this team. Because remember, go back to when he first got now. Look at now. Mike Penix haven't thrown a lot of interceptions. He hasn't thrown a lot of interceptions in his rookie year, which is
He
good.
hasn't made a lot of mistakes. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's fast forward that. He's run in for 2 touchdowns on his own, which blew everybody out the water. Especially the one where he stretched. He's put himself on the line for a touchdown, but we have not seen him throw an 80-yard bomb touchdown yet, have we? No.
Right.
So that bone we got wide receiver can't get open. That's why.
Right. But he did throw a touchdown to Drake, right? Remember when they had to go back on the play?
It seemed like Drake didn't have a problem with him, and neither did Kyle Pitts.
But what did I tell you about Darnell Mooney? I said Darnell Mooney does not like a gunslinger because he's not used to the speed of the throw. Kirk Cousins throws floaters, which gives your receiver, a slower receiver, time to react. He don't give you time to react. If you notice, Kyle Pitts and Drake London had to speed up their reaction time. When he got that ball out, they had to turn around and catch it and be gone with it. So they had to speed up with it. Darnell Mooney ain't been speeding up nothing. Darnell Mooney and Ray McCloud were good for going across the middle and catching floaters and sliding on the ground with it.
I can attest because I played 3 positions. I was a wide receiver, cornerback, and quarterback. So I can attest to throwing with a guy that has a bigger arm. You really have to exert more energy as a receiver to kind of catch up with the passes. So a guy that actually float the ball in the air, that's a whole lot easier than a guy but at the end of the day, you're a competitor. You're supposed to challenge yourself. And this is why I'm looking at Darnell Mooney. I'm sorry, he's a fraud. Yeah. He's an absolute fraud because there's no reason why Michael Penix should stop you from becoming a better wide receiver. Because look, at the end of the day, you're supposed to adapt to every situation.
Right.
It ain't nothing. It ain't no conversation that Mike Warren can't get into. And when it comes down to the sports,
right, and
the Atlanta Falcons, we can talk without cursing, and we have, but they don't bring that up. But they highlight every time that when we have these we have these conversations on the heavy hitters. So we got different styles of conversation every Wednesday.
Right.
Every Wednesday.
Let me ask you this.
Hear yelling, screaming, and all that.
Hold on. Before you get to that one, we got Rashad in here, man. What's going on, Rashad?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How's everybody doing?
We all right.
We doing good, man.
Well, to give my 2 cents on this, man, it's pure sabotage, man. And anybody that can't see that is lying to themselves. But I understand that we're dealing with a fan base, man. Some people within this fan base, they lie to themselves so much to the point where the lie becomes the truth. That's what it is. Because ain't nobody can sit here and tell me that you couldn't see a difference against a team at one point was 2-8. Come on, man. You mean to tell me you wait until week 11? Week 11. With 6 weeks left in the season, to now all of a sudden want to open up the playbook? It is funny because come on, man. You mean to tell me you start running 3 tight end sets, heavy run sets? Pitts is starting to get the ball, even though he had drops. You mean to tell me that you open up the whole playbook against New Orleans of all people? Where was this 10 weeks? 10 weeks ago.
I can tell you where. What have I been saying? Every time you play a familiar team, you have to be unpredictable because you play them so much, you're familiar. You basically know the little ticks that they do. This was to save Kirk Cousins' image and Raheem's ass, because why would we go into New Orleans playing like we did the previous 10 weeks? They would pick us apart even with that shamble of a crew that they have. So what did they do? We're going to play like we should have been playing the last 10 weeks, unpredictable. So we're going to do some shit they ain't never seen us do in a while. That's not on tape.
But as you can see, that's accepting mediocrity. You wait 10 weeks to finally do something. You wait until, again, like you said, Raheem is just doing that to save his butt. That's it. That's all. And it's like, it goes back to what we've said for the last 2 years. Raheem was the wrong hire for this football team. But nobody wanted to listen to us. I mean, because AFN has been right about everything at least 80-95% of the time now. It's just the fact is, every single time someone loves to say that we don't know what we're talking about, and we're all in our feelings and we're cursing. They can't say that we're lying. They could never say that we're lying.
I don't give a fuck if you care. I don't care. I don't care if you don't like. And the whole point of the whole point, and this is why I want to smack every last one of these stupid Falcons fans that say, well, we need a nice quarterback. We need a nice head coach that has that's good with his players. For fucking what?
Oh, we need to make them feel good.
His job is not to come up and listen to solely Michael Penix, okay? His job is not to kiss Kirk Cousins' ass. He got 53 plus what? 14, 15 plus guys?
Right.
On the practice squad that he need to be focused on. If he's sitting up here getting information only for Michael Penix, then he's failing as a head coach. His job is to accentuate every person on this roster.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. My thing is, I look. Let me give you an example of why I'm talking about. For me, how me and Kev have always trained people. The first thing we say is, bitch, don't come in here with no fucking attitude. You come in here with attitude, you're not gonna last. They gonna smoke your ass. These fans are gonna smoke you. They're gonna cause you to get on live air and say something stupid and embarrass yourself. So always keep your fucking composure and stick to what you're saying. The moment that y'all come in here switching up because the fan got on you, they look, it's like blood. It's like blood in the water with sharks. When sharks sense blood and they sense that you're changed and you switching up, they coming at you even more. So if my head coach is only listening to one person or listening to the media because they don't like his tone, they don't like, he's done. This is exactly what happened to Arthur, and this is what's going on with Raheem right now. And let me get this super chat in him happy. They happy now. They have tape to actually look at.
Right. Let me ask you a question, and let's go back to what you were saying earlier, Mike. Where did Darnell Mooney come from?
Chicago.
Okay, who was his quarterback at the time?
I mean, Mr. Justin Fields.
Okay. Justin Fields.
By the way, he kind of fell off good graces. I don't know if that's where you were going, but
No. Justin Fields ain't a gunslinger. He's a floater.
No. He throws that bitch just as hard as Mike Penix. That right there, I do know.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. But here's the deal. Why you can't catch it like that from Penix if you were already on a team that had a gunslinger?
But he fell off good graces. That's where I was going with it. He fell off good graces when he fell off because the quarterback before him, who would that was?
Mr. Trubisky.
Mr. Trubisky. And Trubisky, I wouldn't necessarily say he was like he doesn't throw as hard as Penix or
Justin Fields.
Or Justin Fields.
Right.
So Justin Fields, he throws, like I said, everything hard, just like Penix. But the thing is, that's why Mooney fell off as far as the receiving his favorite targets in Chicago, and then you come to Atlanta, he plays well with Kirk Cousins. He doesn't do well with quarterbacks who
that are gunslingers. Right. And that's my point. Why would you recruit a guy that can't play with a gunslinger when you draft a gunslinger?
Because the problem is that the gunslinger wasn't part of the initial plan from the coaches.
Right. And guess what happened? Darnell Mooney got comfortable with them floaters. That is the reason why last season Darnell Mooney had so many catches. He and Ray McCloud got comfortable with the floaters. Because like Mike said, when the ball is in the air, you give your receiver two things. You give them time to see where the defenders are, how close they are, so you can prepare yourself for impact, and it gives you an ability to track the ball more easily. When you have a gunslinger, you have less than half a second to see where the defender is, prepare yourself to get hit, and catch the ball at the same time. So you have to speed up your own reaction time to make up for the lag that you would normally have when you're looking. Because the biggest thing you got to do with a floating ball is you just got to track it right, so that you don't miss step. But when you got a gunslinger, you got to run route, turn around, catch, boom, and protect all in one motion. So anywhere where your head is not in the game, that's a drop ball. You either getting hurt by the defender, or it's gonna pop up and it's gonna be a pick six.
What's going on, Don?
What's good, y'all?
Hey man, what's going on, man? Go ahead, get what you thinking about this conversation right now, man?
Well, first off, I want to give all the glory to God. And
amen.
Second thing is, I love everybody on this panel. Everybody on this panel is my brothers for life.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Don about to say something ignorant. I know he about to say something ignorant.
Look. He started off with the Bijan Robinson playbook. Like I know.
He's singing all up.
Y'all don't know me well. It's Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving my favorite holiday, y'all. Come on now.
He's not lying, y'all.
I mean, yeah.
We know.
Anyway, as I was saying, but as far as we talking about getting another quarterback for the 2026 season, and that's the conversation.
I mean, however you want to spin it, because the main thing is this whole. Well, they want us to shut the fuck up about criticizing Raheem Morris conversation, because the comment you see on the screen is basically what it's saying is like, shut the fuck up about talking about Raheem Morris.
I will never stop talking about glazed ankles.
We don't have enough evidence to suggest that Raheem Morris is it.
We got 2 years worth of evidence, man.
That's actually an extension.
Listen. We have 18 years of evidence for Raheem Morris.
20 years, you know.
Yeah. He talked about before he got here.
Yeah, I mean, but when
the man wasn't good in Tampa Bay. Then he got a coaching job, position job in Washington with Mike Shanahan. And then we brought him here in Atlanta under Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn got fired, and we gave him an opportunity after we went 0-5, and he didn't do any better. Yeah, he won a few games for us, but that was it. And then we brought him back last season. Should have told you everything you needed to know with this guy. It stems more than just play calling and game planning. It's like how he handles injuries with players and the quarterback situation here in Atlanta and not holding your offensive coordinator accountable for the bad play calling they doing on their end as well. This is why we say Raheem is not a good leader. He is not a good head coach. He may be a good position coach or defensive coordinator, and that could be argued. You can argue that. But for the facts of everything I just said about him being a leader, being a head coach, good head coach in the NFL, he's not that. He's not that. Can he be that one day? It depends on if he want to make the changes to do that. Anybody can change to be a better person, or be a better employee, or be a better parent, but they gotta want it. Do Raheem want it right now at this time? I don't think he do.
What's up, LT?
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear
We
you, man.
hear
What's
you loud
happening?
and clear, man. Go off.
First of all, I wasn't even gonna come on here until Don got on here with that bullshit. He could have left that intro alone. Secondly, for
Man, shut your
saying
ass with that bullshit.
Food ain't bullshit. I got to agree with the Thanksgiving. Boy, look, never mind.
but for saying people saying we don't know anything, better check our track record. We got plenty of videos on several channels. You better know it. We know what the fuck we talking about. We don't say stuff half-assed. And I'm here to tell you, if we ever been wrong, is at a 2% chance that we was wrong. We always on point with our situations, whether it's through reliable sources or our own homework that we do. A lot of y'all Falcon fans don't do your own homework. We do our own homework, so we know what the fuck we talk about. Don't never disrespect the unholy alliance. And now I'm on mute.
Because the thing that we have to add see now where we're coming at right now with this situation is you got a couple games coming up here, and the biggest thing is going to be is how can you carry success to the next game? And if you look at a lot of the track record of this season so far, we've only done that once, and that was Buffalo going into Washington.
That's been his record all year. That's been his record since he's been the head coach.
Right.
One big win, and we go on the losing streak.
Yep, it's like a roller.
And like you said, the thing is that, and going back to this comment right here, it says, are they going to run 13 personnel when Drake London comes back? That's a question. Like I said, that's a question that you need to ask the coaching staff in itself. Are we going to have the same intensity from the Saints game going into this Jets game? Because the thing is, and I've been saying it for the last few weeks, the Falcons are at a point right now where you have no choice. Ain't no, I hope they win. No, you have no choice. Because the thing is, I don't want to have to rely on the NFC South to be on a slide in order for us to get there. If we want to get there, we got to take care of our own business. And it goes back to what Don said about him being a position coach, defense coordinator right now. This is why the head coach is the overseer. That your team takes on the personality of his head coach. We've said, like I said, everybody has said the same thing about Arthur Smith. Everybody said the same thing about Dan Quinn. Everybody said the same thing about Mike Smith. Said the same thing about Jim Moore Jr. Same thing about Dan Reeves. And the biggest problem that we have right now is a consistency problem. Now, like I said, we can sit here and we could tear the New Orleans Saints out the frame, but let's just be honest in that conversation as well. Saints missed 2. They had 4 red zone opportunities and only got 3 points. So we took advantage of those mishaps.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna go into this Jets game with the same intensity and taking advantage of the same opportunities? Because now you put yourself in a situation where you did something that we haven't seen all year. And we pretty much did what we had to do. Can you push it to the next game? Because the thing is, what nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see us dominate the Saints and then all of a sudden come out the Jets and then look like shit.
They got 2 wins on the season, y'all. They had 1 more win than we had. And if we're praising that.
So let me ask everybody a question on that though. And this is serious because like I said, just last week, the majority of the fan base was questioning everybody on this damn team. Raheem Morris, Zach Robinson, Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix, and all that stuff, right? Am I correct on that? Because that's a lot of stuff that I've been seeing.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
you're
correct. No, you're correct because we've all had these conversations many a time. How is it that this fan base can say they don't like certain people accepting mediocrity, but yeah, you're getting giddy over a team that at one point was 2-8, now 2-9? Like, come on, man.
I got a better
Everybody-
question. I got a better question for you. I got a better question for you. How many first down do you think who won the first down war between Saints and the Falcons?
I think it was
The
the
Saints.
Saints.
It was the Saints.
The Saints had 11 first downs. Okay. They had 19 total first downs. We had 13 total first downs. Do y'all understand what that means? They were 5 and 16 on third downs. We were 3 and 12 with Captain Kirk on our team. Let me say that again: 3 and 12 on third downs. And this is the guy that y'all said fixed everything. And you tell me with a straight face, you motherfucker, with an ER on top on the back, fuckers. You want to tell me that there's no evidence that Raheem, Zach Robinson don't know what the fuck they doing? Okay? The time of possession. Does anybody know what the time of possession? Who won the time of possession with that?
I think the Saints.
The
The
Saints.
Saints! Motherfucker! Okay?
That's what I said.
Let me tell you one more done before you go. Who won the penalties?
We did.
We had 9 penalties today, for motherfuckers. You trying to tell me that Kirk Cousins is the answer when he was 3 or 12? Come on, bro. Like, see, this is when ding dings belongs in your pocket. Okay, put this shit in your pocket. Okay, put it in your pocket because you having it between your legs ain't working for you. You motherfuckers don't know what. You have no fucking clue what to do, what to look for.
But what I
Y'all
find
have
interesting,
no idea what to look. The evidence is right there before you, and you have no idea what to do with it.
but what I find interesting about it is right before the game, it wasn't really no flair behind this game, even from our side of things. It
Look,
wasn't a
the
lot of
bar is
flair.
so low. The bar is so low with Raheem to the point of like in the fan base, because of the culture, because of we doing it because he black. The bar is so low for him. Okay, you win a game against the Saints, and I'm like, this rivalry ain't like it used to be. It ain't like with Drew Brees and Matt Ryan. We both teams trying to fight to win first place in the division to get to the playoffs. I heard the commentator say, hold on. I heard the commentator said yesterday, whoever win this game take the rightful right to be third place in the damn division. I'm like, bro, that ain't even nothing to brag about. We bragging about third place. We bragging about fucking third place.
Third place.
So the question, so your question, Don, is
okay, he won. You won a game. This is a game that you're supposed to win. Like I don't reward. This is how I am. I don't reward people for doing shit they're supposed to do. It's an expectation. The expectation is you're supposed to beat teams that are below 500. We're not on paper. We're not a below 500 team. Go ahead and ask the question, man.
no. So basically, like you said, it just basically just come down to the point where like you said, the culture in itself isn't about winning. It's about representation and it's about symbolism.
It is.
Rashad no. Rashad no. I'll let Rashad talk about that part.
I talk
Mhm.
about it all the time. It's not about production. It's all about symbolism. Everybody gets so caught on the presentation instead of the actual body of work. And we've all said this for years. Everybody in this city loves to talk about, well, we want to win. No, you want to be entertained because all this symbolism, what has it done for this football team over the past 60 years? Not a damn thing. And you don't have not one single solitary Lombardi trophy at Flowery Branch right now. That trophy case is still empty because of symbolism.
Let me ask
So
y'all something. Let me ask y'all something. When asked the question, when Raheem was asked the question about why he didn't run 13 personnel, do you think it was necessary for him to bring up the fact that Kurt was much more uh comfortable running, or do you feel like that was like it was an unnecessary shot?
here's my
Because the
thing on
question,
that. Here's my thing on that. If that was the case, we would have been running 13 personnel last year.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't run 13 last
So,
year when Kirk Cousins was starting.
so I got a question for you, then, Kill.
What's up?
Did Raheem purposely sabotage the season last year for a moment like this year?
No question.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
he
think he
sabotaged it.
sabotaged last year. I just think he thought that Kurt was good enough to get him off the hook.
Like I said,
That
we have to,
or he just
because we have to look at it from this standpoint.
yeah. That or he
Michael,
just didn't
my,
he
my
didn't trust Michael Penix to come in and win games. That's
but
what I
but
see
here
both
but
him and
but
that
but
way.
here's the problem that came with that. If Kurt was more comfortable in running like those 13 and those single backs and stuff like that, why the hell was that not implemented with Kirk Cousins last year?
This
Because
year, he played against
did,
the Dolphins and we didn't do it
There you go,
you
Mike.
did,
We didn't even do it against Miami.
Mm.
you dead ass ran the pistol with Kurt all last year.
Yep.
Right.
Now all of a sudden you want to run three
And,
tight end
and
sets
you
and
and
heavy
you
run
and
sets
you
all
and
of a
you
sudden.
majorly ran the pistol with Kurt against Miami.
then. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, that's where that talking point where Raheem said he's more comfortable running that 13 and that single back. That's where the talking points becomes uh hypocritical, because it's, if he's comfortable doing this, is this why Kirk Cousins was cussing out Zach Robinson and y'all didn't run that shit?
That's exactly why I brought that up, because even last year, he told a fucking lie when he said Kurt likes to be in he likes to be in the pistol. And Mike is more comfortable in the pistol. That's bullshit. You know why it's bullshit? Because before Mike was even the starter, they was running pistol.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So what, you can't say that it's Mike. He liked the pistol more. Mike doesn't give a fuck.
Mike did a lot of he played it behind center a lot when he was at Washington.
A
And you
lot.
don't
Exactly.
believe me. And I know a lot of people
Exactly.
don't watch. I know a lot of people don't watch. They don't watch Pac-12 football or Big Ten football.
I know
But a lot of
John
people,
does.
but a lot of people watch SEC football. A lot of people watch Bama, and all you got to do is watch Kalen DeBoer at Alabama right now with Simpson, with his quarterback, and you come back and you tell me what type of formation they doing. They doing the same. He's running the same thing that he ran with Penix and when he was at Washington.
Yep.
When he doing
Kellen
with Simpson and
DeBoer
Bama.
coached him up there.
And this is why
Mm-hmm.
it's a lie. These guys are liars. Like they are fucking liars. Raheem and Zach are liars. They force both of these quarterbacks to play in the gun so they can experiment to see if they're ever going to be able to do what essentially what the Eagles are doing. But the thing is with the Eagles, why the Eagles can experiment with their offense, because they have a great offensive line and they have a great
Yeah.
running game and they have a great defense to be able to get them the ball back. So they
And they
can
have a great play
experiment. And what
caller.
I mean by that, the Eagles don't run a lot of play action. what they do, they use a lot of RPO and they run the ball a lot. So they can experiment. The Falcons don't have that luxury because their offensive line has obviously been one of the it's injured. We've had our share of injuries this year. So even with that, the Atlanta Falcons are not efficient enough on first down in order to not run play action. We're not
And
efficient.
Sirianni is a good play caller too. Like people don't give Sirianni a lot of credit. He's a
He
great
is.
play caller. Like he knows how to. He knows mismatches. One thing I know about Sirianni, he excels well watching film.
Yes.
He's gonna expose the weakest players on your team, and he's gonna continue to go do that the whole game plan. Look what he did with Philip. Look what he did with Kansas City last year with their defense.
But on a side note too, what I think a lot of people didn't pay attention to. There was a couple transactions that happened, I think, over the last couple of days. I think what they're trying to do with Kurt is that they're trying to give him more leg room, because you did hear they signed KJ Osborne to the practice squad yesterday.
Man, they trying to suck. Man,
they trying to soften up for
KJ
Kurt.
Osborne
They
gonna be
trying
on
to play themselves. This ain't about Kurt. They trying to play themselves.
Do not be surprised if KJ Osborne end up on the 53-man roster by the end of the damn week.
Because I'm just wondering, nobody paid attention. Not us, but I'm saying I wonder a lot of people didn't pay attention to that. I'm like, yeah, they trying to save him. Raheem trying to save himself by trying to get trying to get anybody that Kurt is familiar with on the team, right? But hey, if people don't want to pay attention to the patterns and they don't want to see the BS for what it is, hey, that's a you problem.
But I told everybody what was gonna happen. I told everybody that he gonna do everything he can to politic to keep his job for next season. He's gonna lean very heavily on Michael Penix's injury and he wasn't consistent enough. We got Kirk because I'm telling y'all what's gonna happen. If we end up winning 2 or 3 more games, if we end up winning 2 or 3 more games and miss the playoffs, there's a very good chance that he'll still be here next year. I'm telling y'all what I know. Do I want that shit? No, I don't. But he's gonna do the same thing Dan Quinn did after that 2019 season. He's gonna cry and complain and be like, "Well, I had injuries and da this, da that." And Dirk, it was his first year with the offense. So I'm telling you.
Basically, what he's trying to do is he's trying to complain about I can't coach with young players. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, you don't need to be coaching this team.
But that also makes our point even stronger, because if he can't coach up young men, then he doesn't need to be a head coach. Because it goes back to what we said about how.
Hold on. I gotta stop you right quick. I gotta stop you. Let me tell you, motherfucker, something right now. Okay, the gun base formations are always going to be at the bottom of the map, and that goes from the late '80s. Hold up, damn it! I gotta give people some game because they under the impression that being in base formations. What I mean base formations, that means anything that's not shotgun. Okay, base formations have been on the decline for almost since the 80s. That's almost 40 years or so, close to 40 years. Base formations have been less than 50% for almost 40 years. Okay, so when people say that Penix didn't play under center, what we're talking about is showing certain looks. The base formations right now in the NFL has always been under 65%. All right. Shotguns have been 65% of the NFL since the early 2000s. That's 25 plus years. And base formations have been declining ever since the 80s, the late 80s. So when I hear people say, well, Pitts did, of course he didn't. We're talking about compared to what teams are running now, the successful teams are running. The Falcons don't run enough play action and they don't run enough base formations. Okay, we're trying to compare. So the base formations are never going to be 45, 50, 60% anymore. That has been on declines for years. So when I hear people say, well, he played in a lot of pistol, he played in a lot of base formations in college compared to what he's doing right now.
And I'm about to say the comment here. Shout out to Castro Joker. Let's see. He said I watched a lot of Washington. He did not play under center a lot. He did, but not a lot. Mostly shotgun and pistol. Then he said out of 293 passes, he threw 22 passes on the run the whole year. He is more comfortable in shotgun pistol.
Throw, okay? Throw under those. That doesn't mean that he didn't play under, that he didn't play in those formations. That's under. That's just what he passed for. And that's what we're trying to get people to understand. It's not necessarily all about him throwing out of that.
But I would say this too. And I'll say this about that though. So if under center was an issue, so what's the purpose of the quarterback coaches and the quarterbacks in the room to bring that up? Because if I remember correctly, I remember Jalen Hurts last year at Oklahoma, he was in shotgun a lot.
Yes, he was. Exactly.
And I'm using him as an example, not just as somebody that, they had to work on certain things. Now, yeah, he ran under center at Alabama, but he got ran out of Alabama for Tua Tagovailoa. So now it comes to another question. If the base single back 13 personnel is part of the playbook.
Oh my God. My fucking brain hurt. I'm really good. Who the fuck told y'all that bending your knees, okay, is supposed to cause some damage, protect your knees? Common sense is not like it really eludes a lot of people.
So like I said, now.
Hold on.
So now Castro just segued into another question.
Yes.
The other question is, so if the under center part of it is a problem, you got two questions to ask. What was the real purpose of drafting Michael Penix? Which was a question that we asked during draft night as well. If you paid $180 million for a quarterback, why would you draft somebody like that?
That's what I'm getting.
And two, while you did draft Michael Penix, where's the quarterback coaches to get him acclimated to playing under center?
To it. It's a lot of questions. Like my thing is, look, I'm telling you right now, as somebody who had knee injuries, my knees me moving around actually helps my knees more than standing in one spot. Okay?
So that's the biggest question now that and Castro just stumbled onto something.
He did.
Let me ask y'all a question. What was the real reason why they drafted Michael Penix?
Let's say Castro is right. All right. I want
to ask Castro that. So, in your thought, why is it the real reason why they drafted Michael Penix? If the under center thing was an issue, you didn't bring in no coaches to really work on it. So what was the real point? What was the point of drafting Michael Penix if that was something that was going to be a problem that they didn't want to fix?
I want to hear
that's a very legit question. What was the real reason why they drafted Michael Penix?
Because the thing is, if that was the case, then it's like you hired a guy with issues.
Because my thought process is, if that is the case, let's go with Castro's case. So if that is the case, it goes right back to the symbolism argument. They drafted Michael Penix because the motherfucker was going to relate him to Mike Vick. So basically, Mike Penix was supposed to get your Michael Vick rocks off. If we're going up to that standpoint. So basically, a lot of the people that's complaining about Michael Penix looked at Michael Penix as being the next Mike Vick. Left-handed quarterback, black, do-rag, fits in with the quote-unquote Atlanta culture. First name Mike, and he's left-handed. So now you got more questions now that you have to answer. So essentially what ends up happening is now based on what Castro's talking points is, Michael Penix was a symbolism draft pick.
Michael Penix was the 2024 draft was more symbolism, and this past year's draft was more UGA. They've been catering. I'm telling you, they've been catering.
I know where you're going.
They've been catering to this damn fan base, man.
They just see basically what all done, and Kev is saying, if we drafted a whole bunch of guys to make y'all feel good.
Yeah, blew up in our faces because now you have a quarterback that's going to be sitting on the shelf for the next 12 to 18 months.
I told everybody this. I'm like,
before you go, hold on. What I'm saying is now you're going to have a quarterback sitting on the shelf for the next 12 to 18 months. Not only that, this is what a lot of these fans don't understand. You've literally wasted 3 years of a rookie contract. 3 years.
Oh Lord!
It's very funny. It's very funny that Castro didn't answer that question. He came back after that question. It's very interesting.
You did what I'm saying? 3 years of a rookie contract. You've hindered this guy's development.
So
2 years.
So what you saying, Rashad, is Michael Penix was the draft pick that they wanted, but that didn't pan out.
There you go.
Because he would have represented the culture of Atlanta.
There you go. And people, but again, ask people these questions, they fold like lawn chairs, man. They fold, man.
So now these motherfuckers is mad because they gave them exactly what they wanted and it didn't pan out. That's what I'm hearing.
You don't wasted this man's career. Sabotage, man. Sabotage.
That Penix took about 7.5% of his snaps under center, but that was 20th in the nation. Out of 118 starting quarterbacks, that was 20th in the nation.
But that's what I said about the base formations, and this is why that shit pisses me off, because the thing is, the base formations have been dying ever since the early mid about 80 from all the way about to the mid 90s. The base formations have been a dime
because of the rise in the popularity of West Coast offense.
Yes.
So now we really getting into the meat and potatoes, because like I said, Joker ain't came back in here and answered that damn question. So basically what we're seeing, right? Like you said,
that question, bro.
He's not going to answer because it's too sensitive. It's quote unquote too sensitive a question. Like you said, if this became a problem, and now everybody's saying that it was a problem of drafting him that high and drafting him at that quarterback position, all that shit tells me is you looked at Michael Penix as being the next Mike Vick, and he ain't Michael Vicking for y'all.
Yep, that's what it comes down to.
That's all this shit. That's all this Penix shit is about.
But you know what's ironic, though? Now that you mention that, the minute he didn't do what they wanted him to do, they turned on him, bro. Like I said,
exactly. Rashad, you said it right there. As soon
think
as
about it, all these years they wanted a quote unquote mobile quarterback. They say they wanted a black quarterback and all that, but the minute he didn't do what they wanted him to do, oh, he's a bum.
Let's
Oh,
keep it
fuck that.
real what it is.
Oh,
Keep it what it is.
look what he said now. He said, I know he can play under center. I'm just going by what I read in the executive's comments.
What?
Not my words.
But don't
if
bring
that,
it up if you don't believe in it. Why you bringing it up?
Why you bringing it up?
why you bring it up?
Oh my goodness.
Why he bring it up?
Now.
You gonna talk about some shit you don't really believe in? Like just like me talking about the boogeyman, motherfucker. Hey, the boogeyman in the closet, y'all. I don't believe it, but he in the closet. What the fuck is you talking about, man? Y'all be up here bringing up shit, and then when you ask you questions, y'all say, "Man, don't get at me, man. I ain't saying they said it." Well, why you bringing it up? You have to
stand on business. Stand on business. What you say. Don't backpedal after we give y'all the evidence to debunk what y'all saying.
Right.
But
here you go. Here you go. They used Mike Penix to quiet the fan base.
Well,
there you go. Comment of the day. Comment of the day.
I'm gonna say this.
Standing ovation for Harvey. Standing ovation for him.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
Yeah, I know you got something, Kev. Please tell me you got something. There we go. Thank you, Harvey.
I got something to say, Kev.
What's up?
I think that since the Arthur Smith experience did not work out, they went back. Because remember, 2021 after the 2020 season, everybody wanted Airbnb and they wanted Justin Fields. So they didn't get that. So guess what? They quieted the fan base to be like, you know what? We can't give y'all Airbnb and Justin Fields, but we'll give y'all Raheem Morris and Michael Penix.
Now remember before Justin Fields, it was Deshaun Watson they wanted.
Well, no, Deshaun Watson can't. No, Deshaun Watson.
No. I'm talking about before Justin Fields. I'm talking about before Justin Fields.
I'm talking about drafting Justin Fields, not acquiring him in free agency. I'm talking about after the 2020 season. Because remember the draft. Remember 2021. Everybody wanted Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody before we hired Arthur Smith, everybody wanted Airbnb. We didn't hire Airbnb.
Right.
It was 5 years ago, y'all. This is what we was literally at war with people because of ideologies of what we needed for this team. Okay, they saw Arthur Smith situation didn't work out here, so they was like, okay, well, we're gonna go and listen to the fan base. We can't give y'all Justin Fields. We can't give y'all Airbnb because both of them as ass. So we're gonna give y'all Raheem Morris and we're gonna give y'all Michael Penix.
Because remember before Terry Fontenot, it was Louis Riddick they wanted as GM too.
Yep, they did. It
was supposed to have been Louis Riddick and Eric Bieniemy.
And Justin Fields.
It was supposed to be those three. Those were supposed to be the next three. Mm-hmm. And it didn't play out that way. And motherfuckers been mad ever since. So why? So because they didn't get Justin Fields, they didn't get Lamar Jackson, they didn't get Deshaun Watson. Guess what happened? It got to a point where they had to appease them somehow, and all of a sudden, boom, Michael Penix. Michael Penix was a city hire, was a city draft. Based on what Castro just based on just what Castro said, he said he answered the question. Yeah, you did answer the question, but you also answered the question, which led to another question, which means was Michael Penix really part of the original plan, or was it a last minute ditch effort for y'all to shut the hell up?
Mm-hmm. It was a last ditch effort. That's what I think.
Night Whisperer said, I tell you, enlightenment is the son of a biscuit.
Look, let's use common sense. Everybody off their emotions. Like the evidence is right here in front of you.
But we
It's
try to
right
tell
here in
people.
front of
We try to
I
tell
mean,
people.
the evidence is
Quarterback.
right there in their faces. It's a to me, ignorance is a choice, man. Either you choose to be ignorant or you choose to have some common sense. That's it. That's all.
You gonna say? Cause like I said, my question, and that's why I said that win against the Saints, even though it's a win that we supposed to have, was going to make people ask more questions than it did ever.
Mhm.
Because the
Yep.
thing about it is if the question now is Mike Penix can't play under center, what the hell are the coaches doing to help him acclimate to that?
That's what
Who's the
Brian
scout?
Finneran and that's what John Michael said. They asked like if he couldn't do it, what the fuck did you draft him for?
And yeah, well, who's responsible for drafting this guy? Who's scouting this guy? Like this is the question that should be raised. Like y'all said all this, y'all pulled the trigger for this guy, knowing he got 2 surgically repaired knees, and you know he just spent $180 million on getting Kirk Cousins. Yeah, we knew the issue with him with his Achilles. I get all that. Get all that. But you wasted a draft pick getting somebody that y'all wasn't for sure of. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And then this year you traded to get Pierce, which I'm not mad about, but you put yourself in a situation for this year coming up, not having a first round draft pick. And now also we're gonna be going into week 1 next year with a different starting quarter. This is our 5th year with a different starting quarterback every single year. That is crazy. I haven't seen this in a long time being a Falcons fan.
We
Woo.
haven't seen
Exactly.
we haven't seen that situation play out since the early '90s.
Yep.
Even
Mhm.
And
not
the
even
thing
early
is, I think
90s.
this will
Like
be our
I
eighth.
never listen, I never seen a different starter each year for 5 years. Now, every 2 or 3, okay, yeah. But 5 years, that's a long 5 years, that's a long time. Not
Because I
having
remember Kevin, you said this
consistency.
would be like our almost eighth quarterback in 6 years. Am I
5
right?
years.
About 5.
It's 5,
That
yeah.
yeah, but that alone right there just says you don't know what you got until it's gone. You don't know what you got until it's gone. And Kevin, when you said that this is karma, you are 100% correct. It's just the fact is people won't admit it. I won't say his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about.
Shut up, Doug.
I'm just saying that like people don't want to. A lot of folks don't want to admit it, but this is karma.
Jerome here said Pettis was the sloppy seconds. They really wanted Jaden Daniels strain bait ass.
I don't even know if that's true because they really didn't. They didn't really scout him like that as much as people think they did. I mean, when you get quarterbacks like that, you got to account for them dropping in the drafts, and then obviously, if another team decides to take them, you're going to have to play them, and that's why a lot of teams in the scouting process they scout the top quarterback just to get intel on them. So it's not necessarily that they wanted to take him because if they wanted to take him, they could have gave up picks like they did with Pierce and everybody else. So I don't necessarily take that seriously because you got to think what the Falcons did with Michael Vick. They wanted Michael Vick. When a team wants somebody, they're going to do what the San Francisco 49ers did with Trey Lance. They gave up picks to go get him. So it's not true in that regard. Yeah, it's a talking point. Yeah, the Falcons did, in fact, scout him and they had sent him more, but that's what you're supposed to do as a scout. You're supposed to you're the intel, you're the FBI when you're the scouts. You're supposed to get any and every piece of information on all the top players because you never know when that guy's going to either drop. I mean, look at Xavier Watts. When the Falcons, when he was sitting right there, the Falcons like, oh no, we got to get this guy. And he kept dropping. It's like, no, this is a top 25, top 30 player in the draft. Like, it's like, no, we got to get him just because he's a top player in the draft. So a lot of times people be thinking because they scout guys that they actually wanted them. Nah. Now,
I
one
honestly think
person
this
out.
is what they wanted. They really wanted. I heard somebody they said they wanted either Joe Alt or they wanted what's the guy name? I forgot his name. Oh, they wanted to trade. They was trying to trade Kyle out of Atlanta to get Brock Bowers. That's what they really
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah.
They was gonna draft Brock Bowers at 8 at the position, but they was gonna get rid of Kyle to try to see if they can get some more draft capital, but that didn't work out.
Yeah.
But they also wanted Joe Alt because you got to think of the contract situation with both
Yeah.
Matthews and McGarry. So
That Joe Alt that draft that screwed up the whole draft. To be honest,
yeah, it
him
is.
going right there.
But I knew. But come on now, I knew
Yeah, we
Harbaugh
know.
was. I knew Harbaugh was gonna get
Yeah.
him. Look, Harbaugh was gonna. If anything, Harbaugh gonna have him offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, this motherfucker done got somebody. You know. Anyway.
The man here said just like the Janet Jackson song, "Don't till it got till it gone."
Mm-hmm.
And Xavier here said, "Been running a scheme that fits this man's skill set instead of pushing their own scheme out just to try to prove a point. Pennis is more than capable of running under center and play action." The thing
Yeah.
about it is, every quarterback has the capabilities of doing it. It just depends on the coaching that's willing to get him to that point.
It's about mixing formations. It's not always about under center. It's mixing your formations to show the defense that you're willing to do other things.
Right.
That's why I say it's like when you look at the play action, a lot of the play action is really ran on first and second down. A lot of it is ran on first and second down. Those are running downs. Those are typically running downs. That has gone down because obviously the quarterback surges of Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, and all those guys. So it kind of inadvertently kind of shut out the play action game. But now you don't have those types of quarterbacks being developed now. Now you're going to be forced to bring it back because those guys aren't as skilled as those quarterbacks. And this is what you're seeing.
Because like you said, now that talking point where Kirk plays better under center, where the previous year where you said Kirk is better off in the pistol,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like you said, the shit ain't adding up. It's too. It's just way too much back and forth stuff going on right now, and like you said,
Wow. I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
But like I said, the question is if you bring in a guy that you felt like that can't play under center, if you was going to draft him, why you ain't bringing in guys that help him with that?
Exactly.
We ain't bringing out one experienced quarterback coach.
That black nigger, okay, and DJ Williams, what the fuck is he doing if he's supposed to be the fucking quarterback coach? Why the fuck he ain't teaching Michael Penix how to play under fucking center?
You know why?
But fellas, what's our motto?
You know why?
What's the motto of AFN, man?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know why they brought in DJ? You know why Raheem brought in DJ Williams?
I know. Go ahead, finish it.
Because that's his DJ.
Shut up.
Oh my god!
I show myself
What?
Shut up.
But what I
Go
but what I
DJ.
what,
Shut the fuck up.
what I was about to say was, what is our motto on this platform, man? What is the one thing we say about coaching? What's our motto, man?
Good play. Like I said,
Players can't skip it.
Goddamn coaching. What the fuck of shit? I don't know.
Y'all know I always say this, man. Coaching will make or break your fucking football team, man.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the problem. When you bring in coaches that don't establish a culture of accountability, you're never going to win anything.
Look at what the United just did. They brought back Tata.
Yep.
There you go. Because they understand.
I knew good well they made a mistake by letting that man go.
They knew they made a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. You let go of somebody that brought you success.
Oh, goddamn. Oh, shit. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. Who owned the Atlanta United?
Arthur.
Oh, goddamn. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, he's thinking clearly, y'all. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, goddamn, Jesus. There is hope.
He said they say they're gonna use Tata Martino to bring back the people.
Hey, goddamn. I didn't think. I just hope. I just hope this carry on to the Atlanta Falcons. I'm gonna just say that.
But like I said, the thing is, at the end of the day, what we're looking at this whole situation here is how the season plays out for the Falcons. Like I keep saying before, it ain't no they got the win, they can't lose. You ain't got a choice.
No choice.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not sitting here like, okay, we got to win out. No, my motto is you ain't got a choice.
None.
Because what we're looking at, like I said, it's one thing to have a football team that didn't have the expectations of really winning a lot of games. That's one thing. See, we talking about that situation. If we're talking about a situation like that, it won't get as much of the scrutiny. Like let's say if Raheem, Zach, and all these folk came into the 2021 Atlanta Falcons, where your number one and number two receiver decided they didn't want to play for the team no more. You had no money.
Mm-hmm.
Your best offensive output was Kyle Pitts and a Cordero Patterson, who missed 5 games, by the way, that year too. Most people forgot about that part.
Yep.
And pretty much a makeshift defense that you just had to just skate by the season. Hopefully you didn't make yourself look worse than what you did. See, now Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson came into a situation like that. I think the backlash of it'll still be some backlash, but it wouldn't be as big of what it is now. Unfortunately, they came into a situation where they knew the expectation was playoffs. And Raheem Morris, Zach Robinson, and just this whole coaching staff in general has underachieved. And they have underachieved so far. They got a slim chance of making the playoffs only for the simple fact that the division is tanking. It's falling by the wayside real fast.
But anything can happen in 6 weeks, man. They may
Anything
look
can
at it
happen
like
in
that
6
now.
weeks.
But
And like Mark here said, he said we were supposed to win the division last year. AKA outrun the South.
Yep.
there you go.
And it did not.
And to add on to that, the rumors swirling about the hooded one, that 3 other teams, they said 2 teams are having conversations behind the scenes. A third team
I
is
guess
having a
they said,
conversation.
oh Lord, Xavier let me talk about he had to get some shit out. Hold on, wait a minute. He hold on. I gotta read this. He said he had to get some shit out. He said something. Hold on. Cause he said he had to let it out. Hold on. He said, okay, it's true hypocrisy. They know what they're doing. I refuse to believe Raheem doesn't know football. All of a sudden, he's the head coach of the Falcons. He's trying to be innovative.
Yeah, that. I mean, that.
He ain't
That's
lying.
exactly
He
what
ain't
he's trying
lying.
to do.
He's not lying at
The-
all.
The first mistake he made was trying to bring in 2 coordinators that never did it before. That was the first mistake right there. That was the first red flag right there.
You're gonna bring in somebody who's never done anything.
And it's very interesting. It's very interesting you brought in the defensive coordinator, Jimmy Lake, who you had on your defensive coaching staff from the last place you was at.
I didn't have a problem with Jimmy Lake because I remember him when he was at Washington. He was a head coach there, and even when he was a defensive coordinator before he was the head coach at Washington, because he was a defensive coordinator before they bumped him to the head coach position at Washington. See what I just did? I mean, he was a good play caller, and he also developed a lot of players in the draft. Vita Vea played under Jimmy Lake.
Don't say that.
And I can keep going. He did play under Jimmy Lake.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't hurt their feelings. Cause
But here's the thing though, like the man, I didn't have a problem with Jimmy Lake. Now we fired him because we said, oh well, he was the problem. Them motherfucker now in Los Angeles, and they about to be on they about to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they 9-2 right now.
I mean,
and now the top team in the NFC right now.
Because he's like I said, he's kind of on a senior analyst thing. Like you say, he's not. He's like, for those that don't know what the analyst position is, it's pretty much kind of like an outside source of guy that's within the organization that helps develop the game plans for whatever side of the ball that you're on for the team.
Pretty much doing what Jerry Gray did. Like Jerry Gray he doing the same thing. He's a senior guy. He knows as far as defense, situational play calling, what we need to do on defense in a certain situation. If we're down or if we up, like because the defense coordinator they got
the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He's he's an outside source for the coordinator. They just put it like that.
And also, he works with the offensive guys to watch film and see that, hey, this is what the opposing team's doing on offense, so this is what you need to do to attack it. That's what he does. So I'm like, but we let somebody go like that because Raheem wanted to look good. He wanted to throw somebody under the bus. And knew good and well Jimmy Lake wasn't calling on them. He was not calling their defense.
Because
he play a lot. Because Jimmy Lake play a lot of press. He do not do zone. You go look at Washington defense from 2014 to 2022. They play a lot of press. They don't play zone like that.
Hell. You ain't even gotta go back to that. You gotta go look at that Rams defense they had when they won Super Bowl. They wasn't playing a lot of zone like that either.
Well, Lake wasn't on that team yet. He wasn't there yet.
But they still had the same principles, is what it's saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they
what they did what they did with that Super Bowl team, McVay said that, hey, he told Raheem, we using what the fuck Wade Phillips used. You gonna run that same defense.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So we're gonna go ahead and get up on out of here, but like you said, man, I guess everybody go ahead and get their final thoughts out the way on this.
What I can say, my closing thoughts. It to me, it's just time to start anew. It's time to really cut the dead weight and really put this organization in the right direction. Because you can't continue to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. You just can't keep rehashing on like this team has to rid itself of, as Mike has always said. Y'all need to start quoting him when he says you got to get rid of the stench of 2016. You can't keep bringing people back from that year. That year is done. It's dead in the ground. You need new faces. You need a new voice. So again, I just don't see Raheem being here because anybody getting giddy over a 2-9 Saints team, man. Yeah, true. Everybody could say, yeah, you win as you get them, but if that's what you're going to settle for, then hey, I guess we don't want championships, huh? That's just how I look at it. Everybody say they want a Super Bowl, but hey, you ain't willing to bring in the people that could really make that happen. Actually build the team. Actually build the program. You know what I'm saying? Have some consistency for once, because over the last 8 seasons, you ain't had that. 60 if I really wanted to go there, but we got to make changes, man. Because at the end of the day, we want to see that Lombardi Trophy come through Peachtree Street, man. Because at the end of the day, once you win the first one, you'll never forget the first one. But we just need to bring the coaching staff in here that's gonna make it happen.
It's never as good as the first time. Ain't lying about that. All right, but you got another super chat right quick. Night Whisper said we're on the hamster wheel effect right now.
Man, I mean, we could be, but the thing is we wouldn't be if y'all wouldn't stop trying to bring back Michael Vick. Get over it.
And trying to get our games put on BET.
Lord have mercy. This is your boy.
Not BET Sports. Not covered by Cam Newton.
This dude, boy, I swear.
Cam Newton and the analyst
Cam Newton gonna be the new Chris Berman.
And Ocho Cinco, like, come on now. Anyway, I got something to say. I know we get up out of here. I got something to say, and it's gonna piss a lot of people off. But I don't care. I'm gonna say it anyway. Guys, ham is better than turkey. I don't give a fuck anybody think about that. Ham is always better than turkey.
Oh my God. My dad wants ham. He don't want no more turkey this Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna just leave it like that.
Like turkey, I don't care. Like, yes, you can fry it, you can smoke it, whatever, but ain't nothing better than some ham. Because when you eat ham and collard greens and that mac and cheese, oh my goodness, it tastes so much better. See, turkey goes well.
I eat both of them. That's me. I eat both of them, so I can't really speak on that. We actually have turkey and we have ham for Thanksgiving.
But you gotta think about this though. Ham can go with anything for the most part. Turkey, it only goes well with the dressing. That's it.
I mean, it just depends on how you cook it. Some people shit be dry with fucking cardboard. So
yeah, man, my shit don't be dry.
Mine definitely don't. Mm-mm.
You gotta brine it. You gotta look. If you don't want it dry, you got to brine it for 2 days.
I'll be damned if sitting over here eating dry turkey.
No, hell no. That's not happening at all.
Dry turkey. I done seen people make dry turkey, and then all they put on there is butter and and 7 pieces of rosemary. Like, dude, that's a big ass piece
I'm like, damn, man, I'd rather eat pine cones. Boy, I'd rather eat pine cones.
No way. Hey, no way.
I done seen people put, well, we just using a little rosemary and some white wine.
Y'all
stop using. Stop doing this damn. Stop doing this damn Food Network experiment.
I wish we could do reviews of all these bullshit ass recipes I see online. But we do a whole show review on that shit, boy. This shit gonna be fucking hilarious. Yo, boy, I got a whole bunch of shit that I done seen.
Man, who you telling? y'all don't want to see me pissed off at people fucking up food. And shit. No, I'm good on that.
I seen a video. They was talking about what they call it, Friendsgiving. They don't call it Thanksgiving. They call it Friendsgiving.
You know why they call it Friendsgiving? You know why they call it? You know why they call it Friendsgiving? It's a bunch of friends that get together and they'll get with all of them collectively can't fucking cook. And they know they friends because they're not gonna be real with each other. Tell them how the shit tastes. No, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. No, this shit trash, bro.
I don't eat everybody.
Oh my god, boy! It was a dude. His name was Beavis. He made a cheese broccoli casserole. What? Another motherfucker came in there with some beanies and weenies talking about some gourmet sausages and shit. I'm like, boy, you don't get the fuck up out of here. Man, we
People
got
make anything to go viral these days, man. And the food don't even look good either, too.
People gotta be honest. You gotta be honest with people, man, when it comes to cooking and stuff, because again, it's a health thing. It's a health thing too.
I'm very picky with food anyway. Nope.
That motherfucker making runny ass macaroni and cheese, nigga. I'm like, boy, you don't get that bullshit up out of here. I'm telling y'all right now, if the shit, if the shit sounds like wet pussy, it ain't cooked. It ain't cooked enough.
Wow.
What you talking about?
You use the P word. Oh man.
It's supposed to be cooked. Look, it's supposed to sound like that before you cook it. Not after you cook it.
Exactly. It's supposed to be. Like I said, it ain't supposed to be sound. It ain't supposed to be. If your macaroni and cheese sound like that, it ain't cooked. Get the fuck out of here.
And
All right,
another
man, we
thing,
getting up out of here.
and another thing, one more thing. It's cranberry sauce. The only cranberry sauce we eat is out of the damn can. We don't eat that relish, cranberry relish. What? Oh, I made this with real cranberries. No, don't nobody want to eat no real cranberries.
They want it straight out of the can, man.
We want the can with the ridges on them. The ridges tell you.
Yes, we do. Yes,
They want it straight out the can.
Yeah, the ridges indicate what big of a slice you need to cut.
You dig?
Exactly. So we're gonna get up on out of here. Like I said, man, you got Wicked Tea Wednesday coming up here at 5, and we also got the heavy hitters coming up tonight as well.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. You got Wicked Tea Wednesday with OG Sam at 5. And hopefully everybody have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. Hopefully everybody got their stuff cooked. Or
Yes, we do.
90% cooked by the end of the night. And until next time, people, we ain't here to play.
No.
We here to stay.
Oh yeah, nigga.
You ain't gotta go home.
But you got to get the hell up out of here.
Exactly.
We out. Deuces.